Welcome to the Incoherent podcast. Welcome back for episode 15 of the Incoherent podcast. First one for 2026. Big year ahead. And we're going to look at that year today, I guess, for a few things. But, boys, how was your Christmas? Back at work now?
Yep, back to work now. Was a good little break. Yeah, shame it wasn't long enough.
I didn't really get a break. And if I did have a break, I don't think I'd be looking at any part of it that was good.
You work 6 months a year.
You have a break every 4 days, so I don't know why you even think you need a Christmas holiday.
No. I've got nearly the whole of March off, so I'm not complaining that bad.
You're always complaining. Holiday is pretty good. I mean, winning the inaugural fucking Incoherent Cup, like.
Yeah, well, that's why my days off weren't the best. I went to a golf course and watched you two play golf, and I have no idea what I was doing. I somehow got worse.
And we didn't even really play golf. We played a bit of whack fuck and
Yeah,
I didn't
It
even get
just-
the whack or the fuck down. I just was there.
you were just making sure the fringes were all right. You were going from one side of the fairway to the other side.
I was just boosting confidence for anybody that's seen it.
Yeah.
That was
I will
terrible.
give you one thing. When you pay your green fees, you get full use of them.
I do get me buckets worth though. So, yeah. What else happened other than me getting flogged at golf? Zach winning. Oh,
Zach got flogged.
we better explain
got-
what ended up happening.
Yeah, but Zach got flogged by a golf ball.
Oh, yeah, that
Yeah,
did happen.
'cause-
There's your arm.
Because you pussies pussied out, and I just took one for the team because that's what I do.
No, we didn't. We didn't pussy out. We got it all organised because it was frigging hard enough trying to organise it. I've come off night shift, gone and got all my stuff, got my little fella and took him with me because he wanted to play golf and completely forgot the plastic golf balls that we were supposed to be whacking each other with. So instead of doing the whack thing, because I was the one that seemed to realise that we're in our mid-30s and probably shouldn't be, playing jackass with each other and hitting golf balls at each other. So from now on, you lose a bet, that's a stroke added to your scorecard when we play golf because it works out way better and it fits in way better with the podcast, though that didn't help me because I started off 9 and my game did not help that whatsoever. And, yeah, so I don't need 154 on my scorecard next time. So we really need to figure out a way that I can earn my strokes off so I can at least start 20 under to be competitive. So
20 under doesn't even.
no, it doesn't, but I don't want to talk about that.
Let's think. You
20
think of it
under,
this
you
way.
still get beat by 30.
I'm pretty sure I retired the other day. I don't think I'll be playing golf ever again. So I definitely won't be playing after night shift.
So even
I don't
if
think
me
that
and
was a
Zach
problem,
played
but-
27 holes, we still would have beat you playing 18.
Oh, I'm very aware. Very aware. So,
It was good.
yeah, it wasn't too bad. But then being backed up with the Ravens loss yesterday, that kind of hurt. It kind of hurt more that I was playing PlayStation, watching the game and talking to Zach at that same time. So he got to experience me whole hissy fit. But
It was not a hissy fit. You threw a tantrum like a 3-year-old.
we had it in the bag. I went through so many emotions in that last 2 minutes.
You just didn't have it in the bag. There was about 9 minutes left on the clock,
Yeah.
and you threw an interception. At that point, I thought yous were done.
But we weren't.
It turns out yous were. Yous
No, we weren't
'cause
done.
Yous
It
got
was
beat.
just, yeah.
Yous got beat. That's done.
I had a lot more friggin'
Yous might as well be playing in the Spoon Bowl.
Luke was the best place kicker coming through the college system for the draft, and that was the main player that we wanted because we let go of Tucker last year after he had woman problems, who was the best NFL field goal kicker for a long time, and we replaced him with the next best up and coming one because of legal issues, and he just didn't have it. So I hope he bounces back from it though, because I don't think I could go through that again. But I know he's been absolutely hammered on Instagram by Ravens fans, and yeah, shouldn't do that to players. If they make a mistake, you got to, you know, you can't just torture them on social media. It's not good for them. They're young people, and they are people. So at the end of the day, it's just a game. So I've been telling myself for the last 2 days. So yeah,
It's the
hasn't been a
story
good
of your
week for
whole
me.
career.
Yeah, well, hasn't been real good. But on the positive side, I didn't cut my thumb off on the 1st of January. So I'm on a streak, injury free. So yeah. Anyway, while we're off, Australia retained the Ashes, and as soon as they retained it, I completely lost interest in watching it. What about you, Zach?
Would have been a good day to watch it today.
Yeah, well, Head and Smith both got hundreds today, didn't they?
Yeah. Head got another 160, so
Yeah.
I think he'll end up with player of the series. Stark's bowled well.
I think Stark
Stark.
was more of a reason why we won it. Like I know Head's done well in that, but his bowling performance in those first two
Nah,
days,
that Adelaide Test.
and his bat in the second test.
Yeah, no, I think Travis Head wins it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd back Stark. I think Stark's played really well.
I think they'll bat tomorrow for the first few hours, and then depending on where Smith's sitting, if he's still in, if he's got his 150, they'll think about declaring, and they'll put England to the sword.
Yeah.
England won't want to draw. They're not that type of team. They won't bat for a draw. They'll bat to either win it, or they'll go down swinging.
Australia's done pretty well over the Ashes series, but where would you rate England at? Is it a poor performance, or was Australia just too good?
England always struggle in Australia. They're used to playing on green decks over there, overcast days with the ball hoops around. It hasn't done that here in Australia.
I know they'll complain about the freaking MCG pitch.
There's always one wicket every series that's played in Australia. There's always one wicket that gets complained about. It happened against Pakistan a couple of years ago, India a few years before that. Like, there's always a wicket in Australia that gets complained about, and it's no different to when we go to the subcontinent.
Yeah,
and we're batting on Indian wickets that are turning fucking sideways.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Who's the next test team comes out? South Africa?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked that far in front of it.
I'm not sure whose turn it is.
I'm pretty sure we play New Zealand in a one-day series.
Yeah, I meant the test series, how they rotate it.
Yeah,
each year. India's just gone, so South Africa are
India and
thereabouts.
Pakistan they've been in the last few years.
Is South Africa back at number one test team though, or is it still India or is it just Australia?
South Africa won the World Test Championship. I don't know how they rank them now.
Yeah,
it's the point systems. I don't even know how they do it because some countries play 25 Test matches in a year, and others play 7.
It could be like a college football type system where it depends on the strength of the team you're playing. Yeah, the way you get rated. And that's how they do that. That college system confuses me.
Australia played 5 more Test matches than South Africa last year, but South Africa played in the Test Championship because of their win percentage.
Yeah, but I think that's what I mean. Like, I think it comes down to the quality of the opponent. Like, if you're playing Bangladesh or Ethiopia every week, you're probably gonna,
Australia play the best teams every year. Whether we're going to India or whether we're going to South Africa, West Indies, there's always But I still stand by my selection prediction at the start of the Bo Webster should have been included.
Yeah. He was put in for the last test, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's playing in this one.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
batting with Smith at the moment, driving balls all around the bloody SCG. So
Yeah.
don't know
Yeah.
why he was left out. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
Do you see Kawaja retired? Well, at the end of this series, he's retired and he's done. So, is there any more turnover you think going to come for the Test team, or pretty set for a while?
I think
Smith would be close, wouldn't he?
Smith's same age as us, 36.
Yeah.
A couple more years in him,
Yeah.
but he's still scoring centuries. So
Yeah.
he's going to keep playing while he is.
Oh, I'm happy
Um,
for him to be there as long as he's
I
capable, I
think,
suppose.
yeah, I think Webster will probably come into that Test team for Kawaja in that middle order, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Pretty set on Het being at the top. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Australia going to bowl tomorrow. If England have any kind of lead, I wouldn't be too surprised if Kawaja's sent out to open the bat
Yeah.
to get his send off.
Yeah. It'd be kind of a nice way.
I think they'll either drop Head back down, even though he's batting well, scoring centuries for fun. I think Kawaja will get his send off and get the opportunity to bat.
We can do the NFL playoffs. So, end of the regular season, Ravens are out, and a few other teams, 49ers are out after making the last, 4 or 5 Super Bowls. A little bit of a surprise that they went out as early as what they did. But I've got all the games set out. So you got the Buffalo. Oh, we'll do AFC first. Buffalo Bills, Jacksonville Jaguars play each other. I think the Bills are going to win. Hoover,
Oh,
Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Are they
Jaguars.
your team now?
They got to be.
So they're your team now.
Yep,
All
they're
right.
my team.
You do know that the 49ers are in.
The 49ers play the
Oh, not the
Eagles.
49ers, the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was about to
I'm
say,
tired. I've had a
I was
big
about to
day in the
say,
sun.
because I got the 49ers, like, I've just done a little
No,
weekly prediction,
I
and the
messed up.
49ers play the Eagles.
I messed up. Yeah, no, I meant the Chiefs. The Chiefs were out early after making the last 4 or 5 Super Bowls. So, bit of a Penrith Panthers sort of situation, except they didn't make the finals. So, but I've got the Bills beating the Jaguars. Hoover's on the Jaguars. Zach?
I'm on the Jaguars, but it's a game that Buffalo could quite easily win.
Yeah.
I reckon it's going to be a close game. It's not going to be a blowout. I reckon it will be close. It'll be down to probably the last quarter, I reckon.
Well, I think the Bills are the most experienced playoff team in the playoffs at the moment, and they've never won a Super Bowl. They went to 4 Super Bowls in a row, never won one. I think it might be close to the Bills' time. If they don't go on a run this season, I think that might be the end of their run because they have struggled a bit this year. You know, they got one of the best quarterbacks. He was Player of the Year last year, so yeah. Second AFC game, we've got LA Chargers up against the New England Patriots. I've got the Patriots because they've had an outstanding season. Their young quarterback's just absolutely killing it. So
I've actually put down Chargers.
Chargers.
Yeah.
You're drunk, Hoover.
That's a game that, you know, I think when I looked at that one. I'm pretty confident in the Patriots, to be honest. They've played too well this season to throw it out week 1, I think.
I'm confident in the Patriots. It'll come down to being a young quarterback, not halfback, whether he's got the ability under that finals pressure.
Yeah.
You all know, it's a whole different ball game come finals.
Yeah.
So if he's got the ability to step up in the big game, which we found out that the Ravens kicker does not have that ability, pressure got to him.
I'm just going to cop this all night, aren't I?
Yeah, and to give a little bit of playback, prior to that set, you were actually talking about him kicking it from 70 yards
I didn't say 70.
and doing it with ease. And then
All I said was they only
he's
need to
missed it
get
from
to 60 to
inside
give him a
30.
shot. And you said they won't kick it from 60. And I told you that they kick them from 60 all the time.
I'm well aware that they kick it from
thing-
60, but
the
he was
thing
not.
The thing that I've been meaning to say on the podcast is they changed the rules this year where the home team's in charge of the kicking balls. I didn't even know there was a difference between throwing balls and kicking balls, but apparently there is. And since they've changed that rule, there's been a lot of records broken for distances on field goals. So
what do you mean by there's difference between the balls?
There's difference in the
have got
balls. So they've got a
weights
throwing
and
ball
airs
and they've got a kicking ball.
Well,
when
one's
they
got
punt.
helium in it and the other one doesn't.
Hey,
Is what, like different, like helium or something?
probably.
In the
They've
kicking
been
balls.
since the teams have taken, because it used to be an NFL official would provide the balls, and now the NFL team themselves are in charge of the balls because you had that whole, you had the deflate gate with the Patriots, where they had the balls were flatter so they could grip it more and throw it, and that's the Mara on Tom Brady's career or one of them. But now the teams they're in charge of the kicking balls for kick plays. So when you punt or your field goals or your point afters and that, they're a different ball to what they throw with. Because when you go,
pretty much like if you're the home side and you're versing someone that's a really good punter, you're just gonna say, "Oh fuck it, let's let the balls down a bit."
You can't do that. That's how they got caught.
They've still got to meet the standard, but
there's still a standard that they need to meet.
Yeah, righto.
Yeah, there's ways, because when you go like through YouTube and stuff, you can see how they condition balls for like throwing and playing. They rub mud, and it's like a whole industry thing. It's crazy.
Like the baseball.
Yeah.
Like baseball.
Yeah, they prep the balls and
yeah.
everything. They rub mud into them and prep them so that they're not shiny and slippery. They've got grip on them and all sorts of things. That's why when you go, like, not really here because we don't get the NFL balls that often, but every now and then you'll see them at like Big W or Rebel and that, and they're really shiny and they don't look anything like the game balls. The game balls are really dark brown and look leathery, but they're the exact same ball. They've just had heaps of mud and shit rubbed into them. It's like special mud and yeah.
They do that in the NRL. The trainers spray the ball with water.
Yeah.
They've
always done that. That's always been a thing. It's just like when they go, like in Canberra, Matty John says about friggin' Canberra used to hose down the dressing sheds before they'd go out on a night game so that they'll freeze and cold and turn the heater off. Like things like that. They do little things like that all the time.
Oh, yeah. So, it's just a bit of fun.
Yeah, well, it's home ground advantage. Like if you can get away with it and it's a little thing, like they do things like that on the field all the time that you wouldn't know about or wouldn't notice. Like James Maloney, when people's boots would fall off, he'd throw it into the crowd. He was doing that for ages, and then they wouldn't have a boot, and then they caught onto it and fined him for it. Like it's just little nuances, So, but anyway, I'm on the Patriots. Zach, you on the Patriots, and Hoover's on the Chargers.
Yep.
All right.
I'm writing these down too.
The last game is for the AFC is Houston Texans and Pittsburgh Steelers. I've picked the Steelers, and it pains me, and it's the only reason I picked the Steelers is at Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, didn't I make a call there? Like,
they're not winning a Super Bowl. Hoover, you can calm down.
The Steelers are the underdog, like a surprise team.
So they're the dark horse.
Yeah, look, I'm going to say they'll be close.
Nah, I don't think Steelers. I don't think they've shown enough the other day, even against the Ravens. I think they had too many flaws in their game, to be honest, because they had the field, like they left it wide open for the Ravens to come in. They just didn't take the opportunity. Well, they sort of did because they got a couple of quick touchdowns as soon as they got the ball to put themselves in that position. And old mate that slipped over trying to defend to give them an open touchdown, probably, that's probably a bigger fault than what the kick was. It was just the kick was in the moment to wrap it up, and it was done if he made it, and he just didn't. Like their kicker missed their goal as well.
And what did you do?
I suppose beating the Ravens isn't like a big thing to brag about either, because
it probably is.
They're pretty much like the Gold Coast Titans.
No, they're not. They're not that bad. So the Ravens have very, very potent attack. They're running back and quarterback, and they're wide receivers are very, very good. It just, when it comes to defense, for some reason, they can get out to big leads in the first half, and that second half, their defense just kind of folds and teams come from behind and beat them all the time. It's a defensive issue. They can
Yeah.
get into leads and score
It's like
points
the
when they have
Knights.
to, which they showed the other day. So they can score points when they need to because Lamar and Henry are way too good not to. Like the Steelers were scared of Henry, and that's why the wide receivers were open. And Flowers and that are just they're good players. So yeah. So who do you have out of the Texans and Houston?
Steelers.
Houston Texans, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah,
Steelers.
I took the Steelers as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I don't have much
Aaron
confidence in
Rodgers.
the.
Aaron Rodgers is looking for that fairy tale finish. Whether he's good enough to get there, well,
Yeah,
he showed the other day that he's still got it.
yeah. And the number one seed, the team that finished the top, that gets the bye this week's Denver Broncos. So they don't play this week; they play next week, and they get a shorter run to the Super Bowl. And the Seattle Seahawks are number one seed for NFC. The games in the NFC, you got LA Rams versus Carolina Panthers.
Look, I did say the Panthers, but I'm going to go. I did say the Rams, but I think I'm going to change to the Panthers.
No,
I'll
I'm
take
going. I'm going
Carolina.
Rams. I've got Rams. I still think the Rams will probably win the Super Bowl.
No.
Like Matt Stafford's had an outstanding season, and I think they're just too good.
No. I think, yeah, Carolina win and then go out next week.
Yeah. Green Bay Packers versus Chicago Bears. It's kind of a big deal. Chicago Bears back in the playoffs. They were a very
Bears.
low team for a long time, and Green Bay could have a crack at running to the Super Bowl, I suppose. So
I actually took Green Bay.
you took Green Bay. Well, I've got Green Bay. Bears. Right. San Francisco 49ers versus the Philadelphia Eagles and current reigning Super Bowl champions.
Yeah, I'm on Philly.
Yeah, I've got Philly. Philly in the NFC, out of all those teams, I think Philly is still scary because they could go on a run. So, yeah.
I got 49ers.
You've gone 49ers?
Have you still got your Jared Hayne jersey?
Nah, I got 49ers.
Yeah, well, it's not impossible. Like Purdy's still there; he's still a very quality quarterback. So anything could happen, and that's the thing about NFL. Like anything can happen, and it'd be completely against what I thought it would have been at the beginning of the season. So,
what's your Super Bowl predictions?
I've got Rams and Patriots. I think that's what the Super Bowl is going to be, and I think the Patriots will come out winning it. And I also think that Stafford will be the MVP for the season.
Jaguars, Steelers.
They can't.
They can't.
They
Well,
play
are.
each
They're
other.
gonna.
That'd be impossible because they both play for AFC. Super Bowl's AFC team and an NFC team. Two different competitions that win their grand final, then play each other in the grand final.
All right, Steelers, because I did call them there a while ago.
Yeah.
And
he's got to have a look at what teams he picked in the other games so he doesn't pick
no,
a team that
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've just wrote them down.
I'm interested to see what team you're going to get.
Steelers and
You've
Eagles.
got Panthers, Bears, or 49ers, or the Seattle Seahawks who don't play this week.
Seahawks, yeah.
So you've got Steelers and Seahawks Super Bowl.
Yeah, yeah.
Who do you have winning the Steelers? Are you just going to go Aaron Rodgers as MVP? Because he'd need No?
No.
You're not going to worry about an MVP because you don't know players that well?
No, that's right.
Where is that?
Yes.
I've got Seattle.
Yeah.
And I've got the Pats.
Yeah.
Oh, I think the Pats win it.
Yeah.
Pats have been too strong all year, and they copped that loss the other week at the perfect time. They just
I think
woke
the
them
team
up.
that's copping it from us the most is probably the Denver Broncos because they've won the AFC, so they're still a very
Yeah,
good chance.
they are, but they quite possibly play Pittsburgh next week.
Yeah,
Don't think Pittsburgh beat them. I think Broncos go through, but then they'll either play the Bills or Patriots. Actually,
They
I've
won't
got
play the Bills.
Jaguars.
Jaguars
Yeah,
going
I've
to
got
beat
the
the Bills.
Jaguars to beat the Bills. So yeah,
yeah,
but their run's probably a lot harder than what Seattle's is on the other side.
yeah. Well, AFC is
So
generally a stronger conference as of recent years, but in saying
you're
that,
only
we
saying
won it
that
last
because the
year.
Ravens are gone.
No, I'm not. That AFC North division, very, very difficult, minus the Browns. So, yeah. All right, well, that's our NFL stuff for this week anyway. So, I went through and I had a
Where
look
are they
at
going for Mad Monday?
the Ravens.
Yeah.
Oh, probably somewhere just in Baltimore. I wouldn't be going out in public.
You don't think they would have jumped on a plane and fucked off somewhere?
They probably did because Baltimore was pretty serious about their.
They've just got the kicker stuffed in the
I
duffel
don't
bag.
know, but I do know that today that I read that there's 6 teams looking for a new head coach after their teams got knocked out, and the Ravens aren't one of them. So, the Ravens coach has been there for a very long time and won a Super Bowl with them. So, I don't think they'll be moving on anytime soon. I went through and I had a look. First episode of 2026. So I've gone through and had a forecast of the sport for this year and see what you boys are looking forward to this season in sport. Obviously, we've got NRL, AFL, all the normal seasons, end of the EPL, things like that.
Winter Olympics.
So that's the first one. February, we've got the Winter Olympics in Italy. Are you looking forward to the Winter Olympics or not really?
I've never
I
been.
don't mind.
I
I've-
don't mind the Winter Olympics either. I find it more of an X Games than, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what they have. But at the same time, I lose interest very quickly in the Summer Olympics. I'm not really into that athletic stuff, and it's always weird to me how everyone's an expert on 100-meter sprinting come Olympic time or when Gout's running. It's just ridiculous. So
Well, he's not that fast.
yeah, well,
Against
it just
actual.
it depends on the sport too. Like I'm gonna watch golf and stuff like that to see who gets the gold medal and stuff like that. But I'm looking forward to watching some ice hockey. And for some dumb reason, every time the Winter Olympics come around, I'll put curling on just for a little fun, and then I'll lose 3 hours of my life just watching it for some reason. I'm just fascinated by it. I don't know what it
It's
is.
not that dumb. It's like
Curling's not that bad.
I know it's like lawn bowls. I don't know. I lose 3 hours of my life. I don't intend to sit down and watch it for ages, but I just sit there just memorize.
it's probably the lawn bowls of the Northern Hemisphere.
Yeah.
So like we don't play it much here in Australia because we don't have that.
We don't have ice.
We don't have ice. Like
I think we've got an Australian curling team. I don't know. That skeleton thing's ridiculous, though. Those single ones.
Oh,
they go ridiculous.
That's just stupid. Like, why would you want to go that fast, head first, the other ice with no brakes?
I don't know.
Like,
why would you get married? Same thing.
No, I know. Like when it rains, you see a big hill and you get a boogie board out. You're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good.
It's nothing like that.
It hurts coming off on grass, sliding down there. Imagine coming off on the ice. So
no.
Okay, Johnson.
It's good to watch.
Right. I know how you can work off your points.
I'm not doing a skeleton. Where am I going to go to do it to start with? And there's no way.
Actually,
the Boggin Hill.
I know where he can do it.
The Bay?
Yeah.
I know exactly where he can do it, and it's close to his house too.
Oh, no.
You need to go up to the park, up near the football field, and go down that big slide.
That big slide. A big slide's nothing.
Head first, but me and Zach get to lube it up with soap and water.
Yeah, probably don't do that because there's kids there.
No, but we're just going to put you on it.
Yeah, I know, but what are you going to do with it after? Hose it down? No.
You've got to wear a mankini.
I'm going there on Monday for Bodie's birthday party.
Yeah, so we're going to send you down there, and then you're going to jump, and you're going to go down past the football field.
No, it's not gonna. It's got a long run off. It would never happen. The second one I've got T20 World Cup in India, Sri Lanka. He's looking forward to that. Got a prediction for it?
It's T20. It's a World Cup, but it's T20. Yeah.
What would you rather, a one-day World Cup?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I'm not a T20 fan at all.
Well, it's still a pretty good opportunity for Australia. I don't see them beating India in India.
You never know.
I know that they have before, but it's going to be a pretty big thing for the Indians. You call them Indians? I can't say the other thing I'm thinking.
Probably don't. No.
What do you reckon wins it?
I don't know. It can be, being a World Cup, it can be anybody that turns up on the day.
Yeah.
Well,
then the next big one was the FIFA World Cup in North America, June, July.
Yeah,
Australia's got a pretty decent draw, to be fair, to get out of the group stages anyway. After that, it's,
Wow. Yeah.
I'm not sure if Australia's improving or what they're doing at the moment, to be fair, but how do you reckon, being in North America, so North America, it's Canada, United States and Mexico, do you think the US steps up and goes on a bit of a run, or do you just give them no chance?
No.
Because they're not the best at soccer, football.
No, I don't think so. Your big European teams are gonna,
Did England finally bring it home after a very long time?
No.
I'm going with Spain or Germany.
Yeah.
Is Argentina in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go Argentina.
Is Messi playing?
I'm not sure.
I think he still plays in the US.
He's still playing. He's still playing for Miami. But as for the T20 World Cup, I think India do win it, and I think that's Kohli's retirement.
Yeah.
From T20 internationals, and that'll be him retired then from everything.
Well, I don't know. I think I like friggin' Spain or Germany for the FIFA World Cup.
Yeah, I'm probably leaning more towards Spain, but like I said, it just depends. One team takes it a little bit too light, and
Yeah. Also in July, August, you got the Commonwealth Games. I am not interested in that whatsoever.
No, I've never been really all that into the Commonwealth Games.
No. There's a Women's Basketball World Cup as well, which I'm probably not going to take interest in because it's basketball. I'm not real big on
basketball.
Hey?
You love basketball.
I really don't. I'm not a fan of it.
Maybe you should download that game, Hoover. We'll play a bit of NBA.
Basketball?
Yeah.
I think it's free. Oh, no.
You'll beat Johnson.
One of them I seen was free.
Johnson can't play basketball.
Nope. Can't play on PlayStation, can't play it in real life. Do not understand
He can't play anything that's do with balls.
Oh, no, he's used to playing with balls.
Why would you do that? I edit, remember? I showed you the power of the edit. So watch what you say. President's Cup after the Ryder Cup for golf. The thing with golf is, with the Ryder Cup, President's Cup, all this stuff, it doesn't really include Australia. Like, we don't have our own premier golf thing to look forward to, really. It's just all American people.
Yeah, Jack Newton Classic.
Yeah. Oh, there's that, yeah. Where's that getting played now? I don't think it gets played at Cyprus anymore.
Vintage.
The Vintage?
Yeah. Vintage or Ridges?
I think it was at
Ridges. Oh, no, the Australian PGA there was at Ridges the other day.
But the Jack Newton Classic's played there too, I think.
Yeah, well, see, it used to be at the Oak, or Stonebridge, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
That's where it used to be.
Yeah. Just a big charity golf day.
Yeah.
The Jack Newton one, so pretty good thing. And of course, the probably one that we're going to have the most knowledge on, Rugby League World Cup, Australia, New Zealand, and Papua New Guinea hosting. I think Australia will probably win it. I worry about New Zealand because I think they've got a pretty strong team, and I think that Australia is going to go into it too softly. If that
That's what
makes
I think
sense.
too.
I
I
think I
agree with
think I
you on
think
that.
New Zealand's going to catch them off guard.
I don't.
Yeah, I agree.
I disagree
You reckon?
because you had all these players defecting and going to play for their heritage. So I think Australia are going to come out and want to prove a point that they've just lost out on winning a World Cup because they've gone to play for their heritage.
Yeah.
I think Australia are going to want to win that World Cup and win it with ease.
On the other hand, though, Samoa's performance all year, I think, is going to be a big factor that they've played a little bit more together. It's a bit longer of a and they're only getting stronger the longer that Four Nations went on. So
the dramas of those few teams, they've still got the fact that they don't play enough international football. So that's always going to be a hindrance on them.
Yeah, and that's a scheduling thing. We're going to have to wait and see what happens with the broadcast deal. You get the broadcast deal all sorted, and so that sort of thing's included in it. And I think that might be something that they'll look at because I'm pretty sure that those countries, their TV audience is going to be pretty big after the last couple of years and the rise from it. Hey,
PNG are going to get a bigger audience when their team comes into the NRL, so their international team's going to grow from that.
Yeah, it will. They'll get better from it. They've already improved with players coming and playing in the NRL and stuff like that, but we'd have to see how the PNG experiment goes. And at this point, it is only an experiment whether it works. And I hope it does work because the people of Papua New Guinea probably need that. I'd like for it to work. I just can't see how it's going to work.
It has to work because the Australian government's paid $600 million.
Yeah, well, there's that side of it too, but that's political shit that we don't need to worry about here.
Ooh, so I don't agree with it because it's coming out of my tax.
I know. I don't agree with it. I just ignore it, sort of. So, yeah.
But saying that, on the political path there, if Hanson comes in, well, she might put a stop to all of that. Might not be that PNG team.
Yeah, well.
So.
All right. Well, I know it's probably a bit early because it's only our first week in January, but we're going to start over the next 6 weeks, start building a 2026 ladder. And then I'm going to thread them all together into one big episode for a bonus episode. But we'll do 3 teams each week. I want to point out to start off the new rule changes. There might be more rule changes come in between now and then. I know that the current ones they're putting in for have to go through the Players Association to approve it. They'll probably most likely will get approved. So probably the biggest one that's going to affect gameplay is the kickoff rule, where the team that scored against chooses whether they receive or kick off the ball. And me and Zach have 2 very, very big opinions on this, differing opinions for a change, which is good. It's part of the discussion, part of the argument. It's good for podcasts. Hoover, what's your thoughts on the kickoff rule before Zach fires up?
Look, I don't even reckon they should have changed it, really, to tell you the truth.
I think it's a very big change. I think it's a tactical change, and I think it's for viewership.
But is it a thing? Is it a necessary rule that needs to be changed?
It's not necessary, and the way that I look at it is rugby league and rugby union are the only 2 sports in the world out of all ball sports that play like that, where there's a kickoff and stuff like that. They're the only 2 sports where the scorer receives the ball back. Every other sport, the person scored against receives the ball back to have an opportunity to retaliate.
You know what rule I reckon they should bring in?
What's
is
that?
starting to be able to call forward passes on tries.
Yeah. Do you understand why?
Because,
Do you understand why
but
the video ref can't do that though?
but the thing is, right? You can see it's a blatant forward
Yeah,
pass.
there is
There is
situations where you
nothing they do,
can.
and that's where a lot of teams will blow out
Yeah.
because there's blatant forward
Yeah.
passes and they're scoring, and you can't rule on it.
It's all out of
That
the backwards of the hands and the fact that it floats forward if you're moving forward. It's just like if you drop an apple out of a car window, it's going to travel forward no matter what you do, even if you throw it backwards.
There
It's
is enough cameras on a football
yeah.
field.
mm,
They should
to
be
be
able
able
to
to tell.
call on.
I think there is a way that you can do it, but the thing is, if it floats forward, it's going to look forward. But if it's backwards out
Yeah,
of the hands, it's not classed as forward. I think they've
but
got to
the
change
thing
the
is,
ruling on what a forward pass is, and if they go
When
to, it
Reece
has to
Walsh
be.
passes it from inside his 20 and it crosses the 10-metre line, it's fucking forward.
Yeah, I know that.
When Clint Gufferson does it and it costs the Cowboys a grand final berth, it's forward.
that's the thing. It costs a lot of teams big
No, I know it
games
does.
where
It's a real
you
issue.
anyone could see. Even the commentators were saying
Yeah,
forward
yeah,
pass, but there's nothing they can do about it. Where use a bit of common sense and say, "Hey,
yeah. No, I know that
That's
I
when it
know that
comes
there's a
down
thing.
to
It's just,
the touchy.
it's hard to police it because of the angles and stuff with the cameras. You got to be
not
very
really." When they
rigid.
got the bunker there, the bunker
It's
there looks at every fucking thing else.
Yeah, but
not that hard to police it.
they don't have a camera set up on every inch of the field to look straight
You've got
across to see
spider
whether it does or not.
cam
You got the
that
spider
floats
cam.
across the ball.
They need to fuck the spider cam off. Why can't they use a drone? I hate that stupid thing.
Nah,
But
I like the spider cam. It's
no,
good.
it's stupid. They don't. It's unnecessary. They have to set it up and all. They could just fly a fucking drone over there. It does the same thing. You can
No,
program it to fly itself.
it doesn't matter
Put a
because
little
the touch
receiver in the
judges,
ball so the drone follows where the ball is. It's not hard.
the
Well,
Jesus.
that's
touch
true too.
judges should be keeping up with play. Every other sport, touch judges keep up with play.
Yeah, it comes back. It does come back to the touch judges, but the touch
Okay.
judges don't do much anymore.
They don't do
But
fuck all. They shouldn't be out there.
the bunker can see it all. They can rule on a fucking try or no try when you got 10 players on top of the ball over the line.
To be able to fix it, they need to change the ruling on what is determined as a forward pass to get rid of that floater. The thing that worries me is that if you get rid of all those ones that float forward and just say they're forward, when they're trying to throw them flat, you get rid of all of them, you'll score less points because you're not getting that on the edge of the line, over the line sort of thing.
Yeah, but what I'm
It makes it
saying
easier
is
to defend.
at least they're making a call where you've seen it where there've been blatant forward passes and the teams know, the smart players know that they can get away with it and it can't be ruled against.
Yeah.
Then
No,
they
Like they're
fall
not
over
throwing,
and say, I broke a fingernail, you got to give me a penalty. So
running into the markers and fucking chucking dives or this new blocking rule for field goals on that run at Harry Grant and running into Moses Leota and throwing his arms up where he was never going to do anything and he'd done it on purpose.
Isn't that what they were trying to bring in when they trying to bring in a card for a 5-minute sin bin for blatant milking?
Yeah, 5 minutes in the bin for diving. Like, all they're doing now is they're making the game soft.
The thing is though that when the bunker interferes too much, fans get the shits because the bunker's interfering too much. So then they try to scale it back that they only interfere on tries and in this and in that, so that they're not. But they're there to watch it, and if there's something blatant, they should be able to call it on the spot and say no.
But they go to the bunker. They go to the bunker every try. Like you even watch when they do fucking it's a runaway try, and say Xavier Coates or that fucking 50 meters in front of everyone puts it down underneath the post. They will check the grounding. Why?
Yeah.
You don't need it. Like he's there by himself.
It's because they have to check every single one, and then there's that chance where they drop it.
They can't because they haven't got cameras around.
The player's not going to tell you if they dropped it. So
they're not going to tell you if they threw it forward either.
No. But they also need consistency over all the rules in general. Like, Reece Walsh gets a penalty to beat Canberra in that final, and then a couple of weeks later, the exact same things happen, and it's nothing with the exact same referee.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah. He fucking headbutts people and gets nothing.
Yeah, well, there's that too. So just the same as when people
But
trip
yeah,
people over, they don't really get anything for it. They need to, if they're going to change rules, they just need to tinker with the current rules. I don't think they need to change this kickoff and shit like that. Keep it as it is, but they're going to go with this, and I think it's going to make a big effect on the way things happen. And it's the same as what I said to Zach earlier. When you go into Golden Point, and if I was to win that top coin toss, I'm kicking off and kicking deep every time, because then you're putting the pressure on the team with the ball to drop the ball in their own half and make it easier on yourself. You know, I don't want the ball in my half. I want position on the field, and that's at the other end of the field. I don't want to be in my own end. So when you score a try, I'd rather be kicking off to the team that scored almost every time. It'd be only if they scored and I'm 2 points behind and I'm trying to catch up that I'd want to be kicked off to.
So Storm Titans, for argument's sake.
Yeah.
Two totally different teams.
Yeah.
Storm have beat the Titans. They're going to turn around and say, "Oh yeah, kick the ball to me."
Yeah.
Are they?
Well,
I reckon.
It comes
I think there's going to be a
Titans.
lot of teams that'll choose to kick off and just kick it short. I think it'll be more kicking it short.
The short kickoff and the short fucking dropouts. That's another fucking. That should be just penalised.
They're gonna have a look at the things like the field position and stuff and that, and they're gonna come up with risk and reward.
If it doesn't go over the 40-meter line, it should be a penalty.
If the reward of getting the ball back overpowers the risk, then they're going to kick short. That's why they do it for dropouts now. There's no consequence to kicking short. You don't get that penalty anymore for not making the 10. So there's no risk in doing it other than you've got to defend your line for another set of 6. And there's a chance they could drop the ball. So the reward outweighs the risk for kicking it deep. The only reason when you kick it deep is when you want them away from your line. But also, drop out, if you kick it deep and it's in the end of a game, that's giving them an opportunity for 2 points from a field goal as well, which a lot of teams can do. It's a tactical thing, and it dead set going to be a mindfuck come through the season on what people do and stuff. I don't think they're going to take. It's going to take them a couple of seasons to fully figure out what the advantages of it is going to be. I don't think you'll see much this year unless they want the ball back.
By that time, you're not going to be able to kick the ball off. You're not going to be able to fucking tackle. It's going to go to the whole touch football rules. That's how it's getting to at this point. I
don't think it's going to so much go to the touch football. I think what they're aiming for is for entertainment for viewers. That's what they're looking for. Trying to make the most exciting, close product, because the closer the games, the closer the season, the more people that are going to watch it. You know, if you're like, you know, a team coming last that's got no chance of making the finals halfway through the season, that's a whole fan base that are probably not going to watch their team play. There's only going to be a select few diehards that are going to sit there and watch those teams play. Once your season's over, you're not going to take any notice to it.
You used to watch the Knights in round 22.
It took us a lot longer to get to the spoon this year. It's fine.
Say this kickoff rule that flops. What's the next step? Don't kick the ball off altogether.
Oh, they'll just go back to the old rule if it doesn't work.
Well, you can't.
I don't think they'll change it. I think it's going to be here to stay. I think it's just going to be all right. We're changing this, and it's done, and it'll come down to the RPL.
The next step,
Players Association.
When it comes,
the next step will be
the players need to approve it, and that's what the association's for. It's a union where they can say yes or no to things.
The next step for kickoffs will be completely short kickoffs. It'll be exactly like union, where you get one normal kickoff each half, and everything else will be a drop punt.
I don't think they'll do that.
I think they will, because they want to take out concussions. They want them big hits out.
But you're still going to get the big hits.
They're not. When you go in short, how many times do you see a big hit on a short kickoff?
Yeah, but you can see a
short dropout.
You can see a big hit from going back 10 metres. Are they going to bring it up 5 metres so that they're not...
When you kick off, you got 45 metres to build up a head of steam and hit a bloke that's coming off the back fence.
Yeah, you also got 45 metres to tire yourself out.
They train all year
Yeah, I know
round
they do.
for
That's
that.
the bigger
They're
problem
not
is
getting
how big and
played out.
strong and shit they are.
Well, that's the thing. A real Spencer lend you out because what's he do? Every time he gets, they kick the ball off to his side. What's the first thing he does? Fucking run as hard as he can at him.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. They're going to rub
You
that
do
out.
you
They're
do
going to
the yeah
want.
you do
But
like you do the short
that's what I
dropout.
mean.
They
It's
are
not
going to get
so much the
mate.
defender running down there to hit them like that because they're trying to keep their line. They're not at full pace sprinting. It's the person with the ball sprinting back that is the main reason for the concussions.
So to take that out of play, it's a short kickoff.
Short cue. Because then you're only going to have all your wingers and high flyers that are going to be contending for the ball.
Yeah.
Really.
So,
there's been a lot of changes in rugby league, and this will be just another one of those major ones. Like there never used to be a set of 6 tackles. Now there's 7 tackles. Like, there's 6 again. It's just one of those things that seems like a small thing or a big change that, can change the game dramatically either way. And I don't know which way it's going to go because I don't know how the teams are going to implement it. It's going to be a risk reward, and it'll be whatever's going to be the best result for them. So they got the anti-tampering will come in on February where player managers and that can't approach players until November 1. I thought that's what the rule was anyway, but apparently they're changing it to crack down on it, which, it happens anyway, but hasn't helped the Bears, but they still haven't had that many signings. I don't think that's much, but the 6-man bench I'm interested in. You can only use 4, and that's a tactical thing as well, that you can have a half or the outside backs on the bench. But it does mean that players are going to miss games doing that because they're going to have to follow the NRL team around and won't be able to play reserve grade.
Like I said, it should have been, to do that, it should have been a pick from your reserve grade team.
Yeah, but like you said when we were discussing that, though, they don't play on the same.
There's going to be weeks where they can't do that, but...
Yeah.
I
agree with that, and I stand by
if you
what
play,
I said.
if they're NRL play,
but you only activate those other 2 players during a concussion.
So the only games that are going to be impeded are those Saturday games. Every other time, if you play a Thursday or Friday night, you don't get used, you've got enough time, you're still fresh, you've still got enough time to get home and play on the weekend.
Yeah.
If the NRL plays on a Sunday and you're just used as a backup, you're likely that you're not going to get used. If you are, back end of the second half,
they'll find ways to implement it. So that
otherwise, you've got players sitting on that bench not playing football.
Yeah, well, they've got people that sit at 18th man for the entire season and don't play games. They don't go play reserve grade and stuff. I know that happens.
So but most of the time they do play reserve grade throughout the year.
Oh, not always. Sometimes that player's always there as the 18th man, just constantly to keep him around the squad. I do like I'm actually a big fan of if you drop the ball over the line scoring a try, it's only 6 tackles and not 7. Because I've got a real hatred for the 7 tackle set, unless it's kicked dead.
Nah,
I don't think it should be a 7 tackle set if you defuse a bomb.
That one shouldn't be, but if your defense is muscled up, and forced to knock on, you should be rewarded with an extra tackle.
Yeah, no, that's nah. I like it. I like the way they've changed it.
Why? If you've just spent 3 sets defending your line and you've managed to come up with a big play, why shouldn't you be rewarded? Yeah, the attackers get rewarded by getting an extra set of 6.
I miss the screw turning on the line where the team would go down and apply the pressure and turn the screws and keep turning them around. But the 7 tackle set and the short kickoff, you can let go of that pressure valve way too easier than what you used to. You can't pin a team down at their end. There's always a way out.
It comes down to your halfback. He's got to do better.
Yeah, but it's
9
what I mean
times out of 10,
it's easier to turn the ball. It's too easy to turn the ball over. I don't like the 7 tackle thing anyway. I understand why they implemented it. They only implemented it because teams were kicking it dead so that Billy Slater wasn't returning it because he was too much of a threat. So they implemented that so that a team can get up the other end and still make an attacking opportunity. And
well, hasn't taken Reece Walsh out of being that threat. He gets 7 tackles.
No, it's not supposed to take Reece Walsh out. It's teams were kicking the ball over the dead ball line so that he didn't return it. It's it'd work in Reece Walsh's favour because he either gets a 7 tackle set or he gets the ball and gets to return it. That's what I mean. That's what it's implemented for. I still think that if it's over the 40 and you kick it dead, give him a 7 tackle set. But within that 40-metre line, you should be still able to put a bomb into the corner without the other team catching the ball in the in goal and getting a 7 tackle set, or putting a grubber in behind the line from 5 metres out, trying to apply the pressure and then getting let off because it went dead.
It doesn't matter because the Knights don't attack the ball.
They don't
Half the teams don't attack the ball. You look at all the teams there at the moment, they kick it 10 metres short or just inside the 10, but nobody attacks the ball to try and win the ball back. They all want to just pin that defend.
Yeah.
So, just might as well just kick it back to them, have a turnover.
Yeah. 6 again's been moved to the 20. And I had a look back over how the ruling's worded because you said to me the other day it's within your own half. And I thought it was within the 20 moving towards the try line. And I still can't figure out which way it goes. So I'll have to wait to see a game to see how that's implemented.
Yeah. The way I read it, I was thinking, the other way.
That's what I mean. I think it's the wording because we've both read it wrong. We've both read it differently. You think it's from in your own half from the 20 towards the goal line. So there's 60 metres where it's 6 again, where I think it's only within 20 of the line at 6 again. Which either way, it'd make sense to me. But, that takes away penalty goals completely pretty much, except for foul play.
I think you should get the opportunity.
It's a bit hard when they call 6 again to go, no, I want to take a shot at goal. You can't do that.
Just get rid of the fucking 6 again.
No, that'd
put it back as a penalty.
Look grubby as. Like, that'd just look shit to watch.
Man. Well, that's what it used to fucking be. Before this stupid 6.
No, I know that. I know that without the 6 again, you'd stop play, decide on a penalty goal, tap, or kick to the sideline. I understand that. And I'd be happy for it to go back to that. But
they're bringing in too many rules.
I think they should use the 6 again for the offsides. I think offsides, it's a really good thing. Don't have a shot for a penalty goal for someone being offside. But all the other ones where they go 6 again, like ruck infringements and shit like that, make that a penalty.
But the thing is, right, they've got 6 agains for one thing and 6 agains for another thing and all that shit. They never they're not consistent enough to pick it up every time.
Yeah.
For all of it.
Yeah.
Get rid of it. Be consistent. Get rid of it because it's a penalty.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah, I think they need to simplify they need to lessen what a 6 again's for instead of adding more to the 6 again like they seem to be.
That's right. Yeah.
Anyway. All right. In our NRL predictions for the season, I've got first team off the ranks going to be the Raiders. Obviously, the Raiders, minor premiers last season, had a really good year, probably robbed in the finals. Probably a chance of, if they made it to the grand final, of probably winning that grand final. But this season, I've got them finishing between 2nd and 8th because they're a young team. They've still got Strange. They've got a strong forward pack. Ricky Stewart's job's secure, so their job's fine. But the thing that I'm worrying about is, like, they are a young team. They're going to have ups and downs. And they've got a new 7 that they've got to try and implement into the team. And more than likely, it's going to be a young 7 that's, still learning more so. So I'm worried about the halfback and whether or not they can keep that momentum up because Canberra travelling up till last year, really, they have a real problem with travelling. But, I worry that I think the Raiders are going to drop a bit from last season. So I've got the Raiders in 8th, just making it.
I've got them in my bottom 8 to not making the 8.
Which I had them as wooden spooners last year, to be honest.
Yeah, I've got them. Yeah, either just making the 8 or just being outside. Really,
yeah,
the Raiders.
Yeah, no, that's where I see them. I see them in 8th.
Look, it wouldn't surprise me if they make the 8, but it
Yeah,
also would surprise me if they just drop out.
yeah. What about you, Zach? What's your thoughts on the Raiders for this season?
9.
9th?
9.
Yeah, but they could quite. Last year, Strange and Fogarty clicked, and they played some good footy behind that forward pack. Strange, yeah, he's still there, but losing Fogarty, you're losing
It's a big.
that
That's a
game.
loss.
You're losing that game managing, and I think that'll hurt them this season. And I think a lot of close games that they won last year, they won't win next year or this season.
They'll miss Fogarty, I reckon.
So, and it comes down injuries too. You look at that semi-final where they did get beat. Ethan Strange plays that. They probably win. Right? He's got that effect on that team. So, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, the thing is, they really do have a very, very strong forward pack. Like, I don't think their defense is going to be a problem. They can hide a halfback, and they've still got a fairly experienced young team. It's just need someone that's going to direct them around, and that's why I've got them 2 to 8. They could finish at the top again. I don't think they get the minor premiership again, but they could finish anywhere in that 8 from 2 to 8 spot. But I could only fit them in the 8. Hey,
depth is going to hurt them.
Yeah, depth is going to be a bit of a problem with that.
There, you got Horsburgh. Yeah, you've got any of those big forwards. Papali'i, they get injured and spend any extended time on the bench, it's going to hurt that forward pack.
Well, I think Papali'i is going to come off the bench all season.
I reckon it's going to be if they lose any in their back line. It's going to hurt them.
Yeah.
Really. Their forward pack is muscly and they can get the meters and all that, but their back line, they're fucking lightning fast.
Yeah.
They do open that game up for the Raiders a fair bit. And you get a few injuries again in that back line there, I reckon it's going to hurt them.
Yeah.
Really.
So what was your final position for the Raiders? Zach's got 9th, I've got 8th.
Look, I haven't got him in my top 8.
Yeah.
But it won't surprise. Like I've got him anywhere between 8 and 12. Really.
So where are you going to put him?
Don't know, because see, the ladder that I've predicted, I haven't locked any teams in.
Yeah, no, I know that. All right, so we'll finish the series. We'll get Hoover's locked in.
So you can't. The thing is, you can't really tell until
round. At the end of the day, like I said to you earlier, with these rule changes and everything, they could flip the whole ladder.
That's exactly right.
At the end of the day, last season was actually a very close season for all teams. There was a number of teams that could have pushed into that top 8, and this season is going to be the same. It's going to be a close competition. It's not going to be blown out stupidly. It's not going to be that there's only 3 or 4 teams. There's at least 9 teams that could win the premiership. Like they could all finish first and go through and win it.
Yeah.
Only 9?
Well, I'd probably pull the pin at 9 for genuine premiership contenders. But those teams below 9, there's probably another 5 or 6 of them that could have a run.
After round 7 this year, Cowboys were looking like they could go and finish at the top. And look where they finished.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I've really only got 6 teams. that I reckon could go through.
Yeah. No, I understand. I reckon there's about 9 of them that can. That I actually had trouble with doing me 8, and I knocked a few down. And I forgot to put the Raiders in there at one stage, and I had to move them all down.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
So
I forgot all about the Raiders, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, I've got them sitting down my top 8.
yeah, but I sort of worked backwards from the way that I did it, and the Raiders were the first one that I did. Hence why we're doing the
Yeah.
Raiders first. But
Yep.
anyway, I've got them in 8th position. Like I said, I'll link all these things together for the week before the NRL and starts, and we'll have our final ladder. Put stuff up on the group page, Facebook page, of what our final ladders actually are. So, yeah. All right, we'll move on to the Panthers. Slow start last season that affected them, but at the end of the day, they still made it there in, 5th? They didn't get their week off, which probably hurt them. They tried to do it before the finals. They still showed a lot of form, and their team has not changed that dramatically, and they've had a longer time in rest. I've got them finishing 1 to 6. They're still a premiership threat. They've still got Cleary if he stays fit. You know, the fatigue's gone. I don't think they've got that fatigue. They've had a little bit longer off. Yeah, a few players have played, in the Four Nations and for Australia and stuff. They get their extended break, but majority of those players are going to have a full preseason. And, I think they have a better season this year. I think they'll come back with a point to prove. So I've got the Panthers finishing 2nd, and I'm going to stick with that. I did sort of change my mind before and probably could have had them at first, but I'm going to have them in 2nd because that's
Top
where I've
4.
put them.
I've gone top 4.
Top 4. Zach, what's your thoughts on the Panthers?
I've got them finishing 5th again. Yeah, I don't think the top 4 changes too much. I do have the Raiders dropping out, but yeah, the team I've got to replace them's a bit of a smoky. I think the Penrith, they're good enough that they can finish top 4 quite easily. But yeah, I've got them finishing 5th.
Yeah. And when you think about it, they only got knocked out because of that 2-point field goal blunder thing that, decision that they made, where they tried to go back 30 metres to kick a 2-point field goal, and they probably should have just got on with it. Or, they had the momentum and they went against it, and it was just a very strange play. Otherwise, they're making another grand final anyway. So I don't think they've lost much from their thing. I think they made a stupid decision in the finals, or the whole thing would have worked for them. And I don't see them weakening any this year. If anything, it'll probably make them a little bit stronger. And sometimes you need that loss to pull you back into gear, and that's that's going to be. They're going to come back firing, and I'd be wary about Penrith this year, to be honest. So I've got the Panthers finishing 2nd, but yeah. All right, so the third team and last team for this week, I've got the Storm. I have the Storm in first because Craig Bellamy's last year. It's the Melbourne Storm. They've been to the last 2 grand finals. They haven't changed too much. They're only going to get stronger because that's what they do every year. They're going to be up for Bellamy. But just thinking before when I was going through the thing, and the reason why I'd probably put Penrith in front of them maybe, they have a lot of injuries to Jerome Hughes and Cam Munster throughout a season. They had Pezzett there to fall back on last year. They don't have that now. So I'm a bit worried about their depth in the halves more so than anything. But I still think the Storm can take the minor premiership. And like I said, this is going to be a close season. There's a lot of teams that could take that minor premiership spot. It's just getting in the 8, and I don't see them dropping out of the 8. I've got them from at least 1 to 4. They're in that top 4 every season. They don't drop away. I think it'd take something really major to turn that around. And they've still got Wishart there that can come in and do a job. I'd be just worried if it was both Hughes and Munster out at the same time. Just that little bit of depth. But they've still got Meany as well. Can fill in the halves if need be. Does a fairly good job. They've lost Pappenhausen, but they've got Folongo coming in there. That's a really, really good up and coming player. So
Yeah,
I think that can be filled.
I've got Melbourne as minor premiers.
Yeah.
It's tricky because it's Melbourne. They're thereabouts every year.
They're the most consistent team. They and the Panthers are probably the most consistent. Consistency is
everything
the
comes
thing.
to fruition and they end up signing, which is the big play at the moment.
Yeah,
strengthens them.
I hope Parramatta stand strong, because if they let him go and play for the Storm and say that agreement didn't matter, that's going to open a whole can of worms throughout the whole NRL, and you'll just have players just willy-nilly jumping between teams.
Well,
they need to stand strong and at least give him 12 months to think about it.
I was reading this afternoon that it's the same lawyer that represented Jared Hayne and Israel Folau. He's representing Lomax. So.
I don't think they should. I don't think they should.
I think it's going to come down to the Players Association is going to have an input on it.
Yeah, well, there'll be that too. That's the whole union side of things. But I honestly think the NRL should implement a rule that if you request a release to go to another club, unless both clubs agree to it and the club releasing gets some sort of benefit from it, that player should have to sit out for 1 to 2 years.
Like I said to you the other week, if Lomax says that he wants to come back to the NRL, he gives Parramatta first choice. Parramatta have spent that money now bringing in whoever they're bringing in.
Well, that'd be the only way that they get around it. That he comes back and says, "Oh, I'll come back," and falls on his sword.
If
and they
Parramatta
say,
turn around and say no, he should be allowed to go to any club that he wants to.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, he should be allowed to go to any club he wants to now because he's not under Parramatta's books.
No, but the agreement for him getting released was that he was to play for no other NRL team.
Is that
until
what he
the end of
agreed
2028?
Yeah, until 2028.
That's what he signed.
So that's a 2 year. That's basically 2 years where he can't play. Which that's what I think it should be. I think you should have to sit out 12 months.
3 years.
And I think you should have to sit out 12 months at least on the sideline and not play. And then
if he's done that, he shouldn't be allowed to play until that's honoured. Simple as that.
Yeah.
If he said he won't play for any other team until the end of his contract with Parramatta,
that's what he agreed to for the release. They weren't going to release him unless he agreed not to play for any other NRL team. Now he's going, I want to play for the Storm, and they've said no. That's what I mean. They need to stand by their sword.
Well, that's right. So he's
he has to sit out. He has to sit out until that time, and not earn any money. That's the whole point of sitting out the 12 months. He doesn't earn any money as well as not playing.
No. Well, he should miss out because he signed the contract saying that he won't play for any other NRL team until his contract's been done with Parramatta. Simple. You don't play for the next 3 years.
Yeah, and you want to leave because I read somewhere he's not getting anywhere near the amount of offers from Super Rugby that he was getting in the NRL. He's losing a lot of money by going to rugby union on a hope and dream for a competition that isn't even starting this year now. That you still don't know what's going to happen. So, it's just one of those decisions that you make in life where you see an opportunity for something and you took it a little bit too early, to be honest.
Well, that's like they keep saying about Payne Haas. Oh, yeah, he's only signed a 1 year extension with Brisbane and all that, so he can go to the 360. He's not going there.
No,
he's not going to the 360. You got to think you've got a new team coming in next year.
Yeah.
He signed a 1 year deal for this one. Mel Meninga's going to throw fucking big dollars at him.
Yeah, he doesn't need to go to the 360 for that exact reason. The Bears can afford to throw $2 million at Payne Haas.
Exactly right. If he was so committed to Brisbane, he would have said, "Yeah, too easy. I'll sign 3 years, another 3 years." He's young enough to do it. Why only sign 1 year?
If they get the broadcast deal that they want, salary cap's going to rise. And most players, they'd be on a percentage of salary anyway. So whatever percentage of the salary cap, so their pay rises as well. That's the way that they do it. You go, all right, you take this percentage of a salary cap and then the rest of the money's left for the other players. So they're not set on that amount. For all those big players, all the other players up and coming, they'd have their set amount, or, they'd also, the minimum that they can pay them will also rise if it goes up and things like that. It'd be a complex thing trying to sit down and work it out. I'm not real good at math and stuff, but they could afford to pay someone like Payne Haas $2 million as their inaugural big signing, and then fit players around him because he's going to give you enough go forward. And there's enough, quality players that aren't going to be asking for that much money that you could form a team to get you started, and then you start developing those players into better players. He takes up a big chunk of your salary cap to start with, but you've got to be realistic. The Bears aren't going to be pushing for a grand final for at least 4 or 5 years. That's about the time frame it takes to turn a club around from a rebuild. So, yeah. Oh, where you have the Storm at, Uber? Top 4. All right. Well, that's our first 3 predictions. I've got Storm in first, Panthers in second, and Raiders in 8th. Zach's got Storm 1, Panthers 5, and the Raiders 9. So a few little differences other than that Storm one, and Hoover's is still yet to be determined.
Well, see, look, I've got my list there, but I haven't put them in any order. Like if you go off the order I've wrote them down, I got Storm in second, Panthers in 4th, and Raiders in 12th.
At the end of the day, I'm not I'm trying to take a serious look at it, but this is just for a bit of fun, bit of content for the podcast. It's not. We're not rugby league journalists or friggin' analysts or anything like that. It's a strong point that we have on the podcast to talk about because we watch all the games and follow it. Yeah. And I'm just trying to take a bit of advantage of that for the podcast.
See, I still don't even like the team that I've got written down as first on my list. I hope it doesn't happen. But
Yeah. No, that's fair enough.
I'm going to fucking stab you, Hoover.
So I went through and I done a forecast for some games coming out this year. Hoover, you've got your PS5 now. We've played some Battlefield. You've played a few different games. Yep. How are you finding it? Upgraded from a PS4 to a PS5?
No. Look, I'm liking it when I get a go on it.
Yeah.
As soon as I get on there and like put on Battlefield or something, Bray will walk out the next minute, he'll be playing it.
Yeah.
Or he'll set up his control because we got 2 controllers. He'll set it up and then he'll be like, oh, we'll go kill for kill. And then he'll set his controller up. And then when it comes to my turn, then he goes, oh, I've disconnected yours. Now you got to use mine. I'm just like, well, you just played it.
Yeah.
But no, I am liking it. I still want to get into some of the EA Sport games.
Yeah.
I haven't done that.
I've seen ice hockey. I nearly bought ice hockey the other day, but they took the discount off it. And then the other day I seen that it's half price again, and I'm like, oh, but I didn't have money in the account. You probably just need
to fucking not buy any more games and probably play the ones you've got.
Yeah.
No, I've gone stupid. I'm not gonna.
You went stupid ages ago.
Yeah, well, it's all right. I've been smashing American Truck Simulator with my steering wheel, which I might get to that now. So Christmas got the steering wheel, add it to me VR, Gran Turismo, heaps better. It's unbelievable. I'm loving my steering wheel, absolutely loving it. I'm not going to lose a finger. It'll be right. So, but anyway, with the forecast, I need to leave something to talk about games coming up or over the next couple of weeks anyway. But so I've got a list of games that are coming out that pique my interest a little bit. You've got the 007 game. Zach's not looking forward to. It's it's made by the same people that make Hitman, so it's going to be very Hitman-esque. I'm looking forward to it. I like the Hitman games. I'd love to see a 007 spin on it, and I've been waiting for a good 007 game for a long time. You got Ace Combat 8, which is like the Top Gun jet pilot fighter game.
When have you ever been into fucking airplanes?
If it comes to VR, I'm very into it. If I could get a joystick with VR, I think I'd be very into it.
Can't drive a car, let alone fly on a fucking plane.
Yeah, I can drive a car. I'm doing really well. I've done a freaking load from Vegas to freaking Utah the other day. So
That's a truck, not a car.
yeah, I know.
You push cars out of your way.
I was sitting there playing it the other day before I went to work, before night shift.
Right,
and Amanda walked in and goes, "Are you driving a truck?" And I went, "Yeah, I am." And she goes, "The last thing that I'd want to do before I go to work is pretend to be a receptionist." And I'm like, "Yeah, probably make a point, but yeah." There's Crimson Desert, supposed to be a massive map. It's been coming out for a while. I've been watching it, sort of looking forward to that. There's a Fable remake that's supposed to be coming out. That'll be on the PC, won't be on the PS5. I'm sort of interested in it because a lot of people have told me to play it with the sort of games that I play that I'd really like it. Forza Horizon 6, set in Japan. There'd be a lot of Forza fans that'd be excited for that, I think. I haven't played Forza.
I liked Forza and I liked Fable. I played them both.
We'll have to wait and see whether or not GTA 6 comes out. I'm guessing if it comes out and it's everything that's promised, it probably wins Game of the Year straight up. But I have a feeling that GTA is going to come out and it's going to let a lot of people down that have high hopes. And I think I'm going to be one of those people because I've got high hopes for it. There's High on Life 2, which is like the gun Rick and Morty game sort of thing I played it. It's actually quite fun for a video game. Resident Evil Requiem comes out. There's a Pokemon that's sort of a cross Minecraft. I don't know. It's a bit of a Minecraft build and world type thing. Pokemon game. I'd be interested to see that. It's called Pokemon Pokepia. There's a Halo campaign.
Say that 3 times real fast.
Don't even want to say it once. Halo campaign involved. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't look into it today. I'm pretty sure that's a new Halo game, and then you're getting the other Halo game that's coming to PS5 with the crossover thing. You've got the Wolverine game that's coming to PS5 that actually looks really, really good. If GTA 6 doesn't live up to its hype, I think Wolverine's probably going to be the game of the year because that does look pretty amazing. F1 26 isn't coming. 25 is just going to get sort of a DLC add-on for the 26 season to correspond with that because next year they're supposed to be bringing out a completely new, different game with a new sort of take on it. And yeah, so is there any games that have stood out for you that you're looking forward to, or Zach?
Yeah, there is a few games, but we'll discuss them in the next episode.
Yeah, so there's a little bit coming. They're just things that I went through and found today anyway. So yeah, see how we go. Move forward. It's been a bit of a long episode. No trivia this week. You aren't doing it.
No.
I had really good ones this week.
Yeah, and they'll be still good next week.
Yeah,
like I said, I get up at 3:45 tomorrow morning.
That's all right. What predictions?
10.
What predictions have you got for this week, Zach?
Forest to beat Wrexham in the FA Cup, and Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, Hoover.
Spurs and the Jaguars.
So I've got the Rams to win and the Patriots to win this week in the NFL playoffs. One from each conference. And yeah, that's our predictions for this week. Do you have anything else you want to add this week other than
Ravens suck?
No, other than
Ravens suck. Hooroo.
If you haven't listened and you haven't liked and subscribed to the podcast wherever you get it from, or gone over and gave us a follow on the Facebook page and the Facebook group, both under the Incoherent podcast, go over and do that. And yeah, so you have nothing else this week?
No.
All right. Well, that's bye from us. Well, bye from me anyway. Hoover.
See you later. From me.
Alligator.
All right, that's it. We're into it.
Oh, crocodile.
All right. I'll see you next week. Thank you for joining Zach Hoover and I on the Incoherent podcast. If you'd like to follow us on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts from, also head over to our Facebook page and follow us there. We're also on Instagram, the Incoherent podcast. Thank you. Bye.